Well guys, today we're going to be checking out an oldie, but a goodie. Today we're going to be checking out the Jst Toneforge Menace by Jst Tones. So what's going on guys, my name's Ray, welcome to my video. Today, again, we're going to be talking about a plugin that I've had for quite a long time, I just never got around to doing a video. So the Toneforge Menace by Jst Tones, I had back when I was stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia, back when I was still in the Army, so I've had it for such a long time, but it was just like a plugin that I had and I purchased, but I used it quite a bit, I just never felt the need to talk about it for whatever reason. There was just always other things that were grabbing my attention. It was the time when I was doing covers, kind of getting my feet wet on YouTube, and I just never really got around to it. But today, that's all going to change. We're going to finally talk about it, and I'm going to give my 2 cents of my opinion on this plugin. So how this plugin works is it has its own signal path, right? You have an overdrive pedal, you have an amp, you have a cab with different mic options, you have a limiter, and you have EQ. So all the things that you need when recording are there and available on Toneforge Menace, but it has a sound. So I made a little song using Toneforge Menace, using my Jim Root Stratocaster, quad track guitars. When we come back, we'll talk about the positives and the negatives of this plugin and my overall summary of what I thought about this plugin that I've had and used for quite some time, alright? Without further ado, here's the song. So that's the Toneforge Menace plugin, guys. My overall summary, I really do enjoy this plugin a lot. As I said, I've used it on several projects, and I like the fact that it sounds like an authentic amp, but even more so, the thing that I like about the most is it has a lot of built-in features in the plugin that are very useful when recording. So to caveat off of that, I'm kind of getting into the positive, so we'll talk about the positive first. The thing I like the most, again, is the availability that it has all the things you want in recording in the actual plugin itself. What I mean by that is, I guess the most important thing to me was the built-in EQ, high pass, low pass, and then you can scoop or boost the mids as needed or as suited for your song. That is huge for me. That is something that I thought was the best part about this plugin, because you don't have to use an external channel EQ or anything like that. So I thought that was huge. And another thing I like about it the most is the overdrive pedal availability. You can click it on and off as needed. I like that a lot in case you want to do some lead stuff, or you just want to have a little extra cut into your mix, a little more aggression. I really did like that. And the final thing I liked about it is the limiter. I thought the limiter was really helpful, because you know, a lot of times with high gain amplifiers, when you're chugging especially, you tend to clip. And I thought that was very useful, where I didn't have to necessarily worry about in any one particular part in my song that I was going to clip, and then, you know, that would just sound like crap. It like really puts it in check, and you can set the threshold of when the limiter activates, as well as the overall output level. So that limiter, much like the EQ, very helpful because you don't have to use external plugins. So we'll talk about the negatives. The first negative is I had the gain set all the way up to 10 basically, and I felt like I could use a little more in certain instances, like maybe like some lead stuff if I want to have a screaming amp. You know, I was already capped out at 10, and to me it didn't feel like overbearing or you know, out of control yet. You know what I mean? Like most stuff when you're all the way on 10, it's just like out of control and unusable unless you're going for a certain effect. But you know what I'm talking about. When you're on 10, it's just like in your face. Whereas this one on the Toneforge Menace, when I was all the way on 10, I thought it was like almost the sweet spot of what I was looking for originally. You know what I mean? So I wish there was a little more gain that I would like to have, if need be. Another negative I would say is I didn't really like the different mic options on the cab. I used the condenser mic on my guitars in particular, and I really thought that was the best sound. However, I didn't really like the other ones. It just, I don't know, it wasn't for me. It was kind of like, I liked one a lot and the other ones were just kind of not really my thing, you know what I mean? And I guess the last and the only real negative, it's not even that big of a deal, is there's just one gain stage that at least unless I couldn't figure it out, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't like how there was only like one channel. I guess I would have liked just a little different timbre, you know what I mean, or just tone color, different channel. The high gain, yes, but just a little bit different, you know what I mean? Just a little variety, that's all. And not a huge negative. It does what it does very well. It just, you know, it's always good to have a little bit of different options. But overall, guys, I really do enjoy this plugin, and this plugin is a lot closer to what I particularly look for in a sound for a guitar plugin compared to other plugins that I've used in the past. I think this is very close to the sound that I hear in my crazy head of what I envision I want to sound like. It is very close in the Menace plugin by Jst Tones. So what did you guys think? Did you like the tones and the sound that I got out of it, or did you really not agree with what I was saying or what I came up with? Let me know down in the comments below. If you'd like to check out some of my social media links, I got 2 EPs down below. I got my Patreon page, I got my Instagram down below. If you'd like to follow me on those platforms and check out some of my other work, I'd really appreciate it. If you like what I'm doing, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos, and turn on notifications. I'd really appreciate that, guys. As always, stay metal, and I will see you guys next time.